Yo, what's up? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Hill. Rockwacey in the building. Each one teach one. Yep, flipped on the camera, man. Jamming off some old school sounds, you know. But, when I turn this, something I want to talk about right quick, man. You know, concerning health, well-being, particularly diet, you know. I was talking to somebody, you know, and I said, you know, I don't really eat a lot of meat. And they like, what, you a vegan? I was like, nah, I'm not a vegan. What, you a vegetarian? I was like, nah, I'm not a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? I said the diet that I eat, you can classify it as that because I eat plant-based most of the time. 90% of what I consume is plants. And then the reason why, man, you know, when I first started, you know, I kind of embraced these titles, vegan, vegetarian, you know, pescatarian. And then I realized something, man, a philosophy that I had years ago, especially when I was coming out of Christianity, you know, about titles and labels. You know, because in this society we live in, right, people have a tendency, man, to want to pigeonhole, you know. You know, they label you, slap a title on you or put you in a box and say, oh, you one of them. You know, and I've always said, you know, don't label me as a title. Only to label and title I want is Mr. Hill. That's my name. You call me that. You call me brother. That's why I start my video and say, what's up, it's your brother. And hopefully your friend, you can give me that label, you can title me that. But all this other stuff that we use to try to separate ourselves from everybody, nah, man. So, you know, what I am, I'm a eat what I want-tarian, man. That's what I am. When it comes to my diet, I eat what I want to eat. I'm not so damn rigid and so locked into a way of life, man, that I say I'll never eat meat again. The reason why I don't eat meat is because of the research that I've done and for my own health. Y'all know my story, man. I was 50 years old with hypertension. I had stroke level hypertension. And being as though that I don't take drugs, I don't use drugs, and pharmaceuticals are drugs, I'm like, I'm not taking no blood pressure medicine. So since I'm not taking any blood pressure medicine and being a truck driver, I have to have a DOT medical card because we have to take physicals. And they told me for like a whole year I was getting 3-month physicals when they supposed to be 2-year physicals, 2-year cards. They said, look, bro, you keep getting these 3-month cards. If you don't go to the doctor, if you don't come back with showing us that you've been to a doctor to take care of your blood pressure, we're not going to issue a DOT card. So right then I couldn't drive trucks. So I had to get real serious about my health. And knowing that I wasn't gonna go to get no blood pressure medication, and to this day I haven't taken any, I had to do some research. And you know, I know that you have to take things back to the root cause, and you address the root cause of it. And if you address the root cause and you start there, usually the condition, you can get rid of the condition. And so what causes high blood pressure? Arteriosclerosis, plaque of cholesterol in the arteries. What causes plaque of cholesterol? Where does cholesterol and plaque come from? Processed food, dairy, meats, eating greasy foods. You know, I don't have diabetes, but diabetes is a sludge build up in your blood. Where does this sludge come from? Grease, bacon, pork chops, fried chicken, cheese, eggs, processed foods. So once I started doing the research and I started listening to the health experts talk about these cardiovascular and circulatory illnesses, then I was in the valley of decision. I said, in order for me to, man, get better without taking the medication, I have to change my way of eating and my way of living. So the first thing I did was stop eating meat. I started putting it down. I started eating more vegetables because that's what they say. They was, I started researching the foods and the things that you have to do naturally to get your blood pressure levels back healthy. So they, started eating plant-based diet. And I watched documentaries like What the Health and other documentaries that I've watched, and they all come to the consensus. Science have shown that plant-based diet can reverse these cardiovascular illnesses like hypertension and diabetes and gout. All these things have to do with your blood and the way your blood flows through your body. So that's why I stopped eating meat. And on top of that, when I started researching factory farming and how these animals are farmed. Back in the day, they raised their own animals. They were grain fed, they ate off the earth. These days, man, they pack these animals into, I used to work at a fucking hog plant years ago. Smithfield fucking hog plant in North Carolina when I went to visit my mother back in the early 90s. I went and got a job over at that place. So I've seen what they do in there. And then I've watched these videos lately about how they factory farm these chickens and hogs and cattle, and I'm like, man, if you look at that and you see it, ain't no way you can watch these things and still want to eat these foods. Hell, every now and then, I might go get me some goddamn chicken strips. I might say, fuck that shit, give me some chicken today. But I'm to the point now that when I do it, what you call cheating on your diet, right? When I do it, and I'm eating a goddamn chicken strip, and I see a goddamn truckload of fucking sick-ass chickens going by me to the slaughter, and I'm looking at this, that's what the fuck you eating right there. These little nasty-ass, sick-ass chickens that they genetically modify and breed them a certain way that the chickens get so big, that they can't even, they had to hold their own weight, so they fucking have heart attacks and shit. You have to watch the videos, man. And then another motivation is that, hell, I'm 54 years old, man. I'll be 55 years old in March. And when I look around, in our society, and amongst black folk, man, usually by the time folk get my age, they're in bad health. And they cannot make the damn connection between their health and the food that they eat. Hey, you've been eating goddamn swine all your goddamn life. Now this shit causing you health problems and you don't want to put it down. I look at our elders. Most of our elders suffer from diabetes, gout, heart disease, cancer. But they ain't getting ready to let go of that pig. They ain't getting ready to stop eating them fried chicken and shit. They are not going to stop doing the things that gave them the conditions that they suffer from. They feel like going to the doctor is a cure-all. And the only thing he's going to do is give you some medication. That's going to give you a fucking oily discharge and some other side effects that you're going to have to go back and get some medication for that shit. I watched my dad. Let me see, that was back in 91. So from 36 to 91 is about, 55 years? The man was 55 years old on a cocktail of medication that he had to take every day, 2 or 3 damn pills a day. Blood thinners, heart meds, pain pills, blood pressure medicine. And he take that shit right after eating some goddamn sausage, butter, grits, eggs, all the shit that gave him the condition at 55. And he died at 67. I watched my mother die from diabetes, had 2 strokes that knocked her out the box. I see other elders suffer from diabetes. My mother had her leg amputated. I done seen other elders, man, have to get parts of their limbs amputated. Because that's all the doctor's gonna do. You go into him with this condition, hell yeah, surgery is extra money for him. So when I look around, man, and I see my elders, people that's in their 70s, you know what I mean? Cardiovascular illnesses and heart disease killed my parents. My dad had heart disease, he died at 67. My mom lived to 71. Diabetes and high blood pressure took her out the box. So I see these things, and you think now that I'm in my 50s, I'm not getting ready to change the way I live? Because I got some unfulfilled desires. I spent a decade and a half drinking and getting high. wasting my life away. So I lost a chunk of my life right there. So I have to goddamn be healthy and strong to live up until I'm 80 just to fulfill some of the shit I got to do. So, you know, man, don't put me in no box. I'm just a nigga, man. I'm just a brother who's trying to live healthy. And when I've done the research on diet, and I just chose, man, to live a plant-based diet. I just eat more plants than anything because it's more conducive to good health. And I can't hardly do, I'm a truck driver. Hell, look at your average truck driver. They in bad health. Look like they about to give birth to a 10-pound baby. All our backs, lower backs are fucked up because we always sitting here driving. Yeah, my back, you know, I hurt my back in 2010 lifting weights. And as I get older and shit, you know, it degenerates a little more. It's probably some back surgery in my future. But I keep the rest of my body so goddamn strong that, you know, it don't really cause me a problem. I ain't on no pain meds other than I might have to take a fucking NSAID once a week to loosen up the stiffness and shit, like a leave. But yeah, man. Man, if you in your goddamn mid-40s and you done reach 50 years old and you older, and you still eating the same way that you've ate for the last 30 goddamn years, yeah, your ass got high blood pressure, you got diabetes, you probably working on some fucking gout. You know what I'm saying? You constantly goddamn it going back and forth to the doctor because your health is bad. You brothers and shit, you probably got some erectile dysfunction because you can't get no goddamn blood flow. Your blood can't flow. Your blood is so goddamn sludge. You got that sludge buildup from the grease and the oil that you constantly eat. You know what I'm saying? You probably on blood pressure medications or some other type of meds that you take regularly. Come on, man. All that, man, can be goddamn, you know, and then you got this damn myth. Oh, it's hereditary. I got it from my grandmother. I got it from my mother. My mother had diabetes. I don't have it. My sister got it. My brother didn't get it. But nah, they didn't give you diabetes. You wasn't born with no cardiovascular illness. What they passed down to you was bad diet. Their parents, you know, had that goddamn eating that pig, had that lard on the stove, that bacon fat. You know how if you was born in the South, if you was raised in the South, which most of us come from the South, our parents and grandparents came from the South. You know, you had that goddamn jar, that can on the stove that you saved the grease and shit. We always eating fried chicken, pork chops, neck bones. Most of our foods were fried. We frying bacon, bologna sandwiches, ham, frying eggs, using butter. And then you put that shit in the goddamn can and shit, except for the fish grease. You don't mix the fish grease because you don't want your shit taste. But all the rest of that grease we use again till it's just old. Oh, I'm the only one that came up like that? No, I don't think so. So what they passed down was bad eating habits, unhealthy eating. That's why when you go to the doctor say, do you have a history of diabetes? Because he know that if your parents had diabetes, she raised you on the same shit that gave her diabetes. So most likely you got it. That's what that history for. That shit, diabetes is not genetic. You ain't born with that shit. You develop that shit over your lifetime from eating bad shit. These days, goddamn kids is 12 years old with type 2 diabetes. Why? Because their mama started sticking goddamn french fries and hamburgers and shit in their mouth when they was 2 years old. So for 10 years they've been eating goddamn fast food. Little Caesars pizza, Tracy's chicken, Chucky's, or whatever. Eating goddamn sausage, egg, McMuffins for breakfast before they go to school, eating a bunch of junk. We ate at the table when I was little, or the school lunches. You ain't find too many kids back in the 70s with type 2 diabetes. But in the 90s and the 2000s and the 21st century, it's common for a teenager to have diabetes. So man, you know, I didn't even want this to turn into a rant, yo. But I just I feel passionately about this, man, because I see, you know, the deleterious effects of diet and lack of exercise. And then, man, I see the willful ignorance and the stubbornness of our people. When a brother like me start telling you, man, put some of that pork down. Yo, I ain't telling you to be no goddamn vegetarian. I'm saying if your ass is 55 and you got health problems, nigga, it's the food you eating that gave you the health problem. Especially if it's diabetes, hypertension and heart disease, because that's what's killing black folk. Why do you think this goddamn coronavirus was taking out so many of us? Because that shit exposed our bad health. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to have to calm down, man, because I ain't even want to start ranting. But, you know, nah, man, don't put me in no box, man. Like I say, I'm going to eat what I want to tear. I eat what I want to eat. It's just that what I choose to eat, I want to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I suggest the rest of the brothers and sisters do, man. Take a good look at your health. Take a good look at what you eat. Make the connection. Pick up some books, learn a little bit about physiology and nutrition. And man, start putting stuff in your body, man, that's good. Like me, I can't eat goddamn vegetables every day, but you know they sell super green foods. And super green foods is just powdered vegetables and other herbs and shit. So every other day, man, I drink 64 ounces of that shit. Just to make sure that I'm getting my proper motherfucking allowances of green food. What brother Nathaniel Jordan say, G-bombs, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. You know what I'm saying? These are the healthy things to eat. Your ass goddamn it been eating goddamn pig knuckles and shit for 30 years and wonder why your blood pressure bad. Wonder why you got diabetes. But I don't want to condemn nobody. I'm trying to encourage and exhort us to change our diets, man, and eat healthy. I stopped eating meat because of health reasons. I ain't saying you need to stop eating. Eat what the fuck you want. I'ma eat. I told you, I'ma eat what I want, a Tarian. I eat what the fuck I want to eat. It's just what I choose to eat. I want it to be healthy. I'm trying to be healthy. Hell, I'm in my 50s now. Yeah. You know me, I don't mind a little shameless self-promotion. Yeah, my old lady tell me all the time, goddamn it, I still laying it down in the bedroom. And that's without no motherfucking Viagra and Cialis and shit. I told her one day, goddamn it, I'm gonna get me some goddamn Cialis, and I'm gonna Cialis and Ginger and Mary Ann and get me a 4-hour erection. She said, I don't know what you gonna do with it. I said, I'm gonna go Cialis. Then, you know, she wanted to goddamn, she started balling up her fist. I said, oh, I'm just joking. But anyway, you know, I just added a little humor in there. Now the point is man, because I know that once you get to your, you know, after 35 years old, a brother start losing testosterone, man. And testosterone, and his libido and virility starts dropping. And when your diet is bad, that even more so by the time you get my age, you done lost at least 50% of your testosterone. That's why you got down, you know, bad boobs and titties and shit, big bellies and shit. You know, you gotta go get some kind of goddamn help to get your shit up. And you can't even see it's because of your diet and lack of exercise, man. I ain't trying to be like what I see, man. I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to be like what I see. And when I look around, man, the motherfuckers in their 40s, late 40s and 50s is in bad health, overweight, and suffering from some type of fucking illness and shit. I done lost some brothers, man. Over the last 10 years, I done lost 3 or 4 brothers, man. In they goddamn 50s, you know what I'm talking about? To fucking cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and things of this matter. These types of cardiovascular illnesses. Cardiovascular, heart, the way your blood flows. Circulatory, how your blood flows through your body. Do you got the arteriosclerosis, plaque, cholesterol in your arteries? You got arteries around the heart and shit. The heart has to pump harder just to get the blood to flow through the arteries to your limbs, to the rest of your body. But it can't, because for number one, the blood is so thick and you got the plaque cholesterol in your arteries. So what to do? The heart lock up. Say, nigga, I'm through. You know, well, my ass out for goddamn 50 years. I can't do this shit no more. So when you got a heart attack, I done the research on this shit, man. I know I started buying books on the body. Get a little knowledge of physiology. You ain't got to be a goddamn doctor to know about the body. Only thing you got to do is go study the body. Anyway, brothers and sisters, man, just listen to your brother, man. I ain't trying to goddamn talk about nobody. I ain't trying to condemn nobody for what the fuck they eat. It's just that I was having a conversation with somebody and they was questioning me about it. And I kept telling them I ain't none of that shit. Don't put me in no box. Because all these little names got stigmas and shit. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Like most people that's vegan, that say they vegan, you want to look down on people. I'm not that motherfucker, man. You know, I stopped doing that when I got out of Christianity, when I stopped judging people on their little philosophical, you know, they religious and spiritual philosophies that they live by. You know, I came out of Christianity, I was so fucking angry that I started condemning people. I don't do that no more. If we can have a conversation about the historicity of Christianity in the Bible, we can do that if you've done the research. But if you're just trying to defend your faith, nah. And I ain't the brother who eat meat, they're gonna look down on, I ain't the brother who, man, done changed his diet and gonna look down on somebody else because they didn't. I'm just gonna tell you why I did. And up me knowing that, goddamn it, we all the same, and I know that if you eat the same way that I ate, goddamn it, you suffer from the same shit that I would. Your ass probably got hypertension. You got goddamn stroke level blood pressure. And probably on medication. The reason I had to make these changes because I'm not taking no fucking medication. I don't do pharmaceuticals. I'm either gonna do some Chinese herbal medicine or some motherfucking Ayurveda. Cause I already know, man, that the Western medicine, they treat illness, they don't cure shit. So I spend my money trying to prevent illness instead of getting the shit. That's called being proactive. You know, you prevent the shit instead of reacting when you get it. Now you want to run to the doctor. The only thing you're gonna do is tell you what's wrong, rub you on your back, give you a prescription, and go get some of that motherfucking poison and put it in your body. Because in Western medicine, goddamn it, they don't cure nothing, they treat illness. They goddamn manage your illness. They want that insurance money, and everybody get paid off your sick ass. So you goddamn, you outsource your health to the establishment instead of taking care of it yourself. Man, I don't want to rant rave, man. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. Brothers and sisters, take care of your health, man. When you get my age, bro. And Samara ain't promising none of our black asses. You might have, you know, a motherfucker might have their goddamn eat standing over my black ass with a goddamn fifth of whiskey and a ham sandwich. Talking about that nigga sure did live goddamn good. He was dead in the motherfucker standing there. But the thing about it is, it ain't about how long I'm gonna live, it's about the quality of life while I'm living. I don't want to be like I saw my dad at 55 years old and got to take a goddamn meds and shit 7 days a fucking week. Because I didn't want to change my diet. I didn't want to stop doing the things that gave me the bad health. I was that fucking willfully ignorant, that so committed to self-destruction that I didn't even want to make the changes. And I understand, man, that food, you know, food is addictive. The way they make this shit out here, they put the fucking chemicals in it to make you addicted to it. The brother Nathaniel, the minister of wellness, said you're insane food zombie. That nigga said, goddamn, food addiction is just as real and just as bad as heroin or cocaine addiction. I'm like, whoa, bro. I've been a motherfucker, a crackhead and drunk. I ain't really done no heroin. I ain't never been hooked on no opiates. Well, yeah, I was a crackhead. I was on some cocaine. So I didn't really, I was like, nah, bro, and motherfucker ain't going through that shit, man, what the nigga go through on dope. But I looked at it. I said, shit, try to get a motherfucker to stop eating that goddamn pig. Nigga, shoot your ass, goddamn, you tell them to put that pig down. A nigga will go to their grave, nigga, give me a ham sandwich on my deathbed, man. Look at, if we go to the store, look at the shit people got in their baskets. Nothing but junk food. Insane food zombies, food addiction. And I know because, hell, I struggle with sugar. Trying to stay off the goddamn sugar and shit. This shit is a struggle with me, man. That lets me know the power of the sugar. It's a fucking drug. I don't use white sugar no more, but shit, these goddamn glazed donuts and shit that I drink with my coffee, I ain't just all the way gave that shit up. But I know it's bad for my health, so I have to strive to let it go. That lets me know that food addiction is real. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now, man. I ain't even want this to turn into a rant. I'm ranting raving about dying. I know folk can eat what the fuck they want to eat, you know what I'm talking about? Only thing that I'm gonna be is that voice that come up among us and say change your diet. If you care about your health. If you care about your health, change your diet. Plant-based goddamn diet will reverse these diseases. Do your research. Go start watching some videos about factory farming, cardiovascular illness and hypertension, and find out the root causes of these things. Go study a little bit of herbology and shit and start studying shit about herbs and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, healing remedies, you know what I'm saying? Herbal healing remedies, you know what I'm talking about? Start studying something, man, instead of just always goddamn running the goddamn Popeyes getting the latest version of the chicken sandwich or the chemical sandwich that got a little chicken in it. But back quiet, man. So what we gonna do, we gonna ride out. Since I didn't come in on the groove, I guess I'll ride out on it. Make me want to holler. Throw up both my hands. Being sick ain't living. Being sick ain't living. Peace. I'm out.